Well, this is kind of a South Indian kind of puzzle that you see, the North Indian type of puzzle that you see there. These are famous movie characters, quite in India, film stars are like demigods. They are everything. They will say what to do. They will say who you should vote for in the election. They will say how to run the country, how to run a classroom. They themselves will conduct an election. Of course, they are free to, but mostly people vote for them because how they do that in the movies. Well, most of them fail. Hardly some of them win. Because a movie may be 2 hours, which is shot for 1 year. Election is an everyday process, and election is just once in 4 or 5 years, but politics is everyday business. So we just put this stuff because we want you to see how it is being done there, like body language and how these people are. It may not work in a video like this, but still I want you to observe this for a few minutes just to see how, because if you don't know about this character, it is well and good, but see how these characters are portrayed. The moment you see them, something strikes you, something about that. Something. That's very important. Well, we need to have a self introspection, an audit, if you want to call it an audit, it's an audit. Because it is very important that you do that. Without a self inspection, you can't be anywhere because every one of us have scope to improve. When you say improve, not everything that you do is bad. Improve means in a positive way of saying that you're good and it can be better. That's all. One thing I see as time goes, with the upcoming people is there are some set of people. If you point out the mistake, they just erupt. They're good in so many aspects, but if you point out the mistake and say this can be improved, some don't have the stomach to take that. That is the terminology which is used. I would say they don't have the sense or maturity to take that. If a student comes to me and says, "Sir, I can't understand you. Maybe your language is, maybe you're fast." I need to look at it and see if I'm there. And if the boy is right, a boy or girl is right, I need to say, "Okay, thank you, and let me correct myself." If I don't do that, what kind of teacher am I? You should, isn't it? You should. So in Africa and India, we had large sects of people, largely what we call as oral literature, where the grandmothers sat and said those stories to those little children, which they will remember even after they become grandfathers and grandmothers. This oral literature holds many things: stories, songs, folklore, mythology, culture, agriculture. All. Some people are good in saying stories, whether it is old or new. That can be actually an aspect of yourself. Some people are good with their modulation. Some are good with their expression, facial expression. Some are good at their body language. So, what is your skill set that you want to see that it's good and I can improve? The trick is not saying I'm good in that. But the real art is when you improve that. So, this is a must to say aspect of communication that you improve in that. If you don't improve, what is the point? You're just stagnant somewhere. We should not be stagnant. We should move on. Yes. So this is something which is very important that you move on, and short stories have become a very important aspect of communication today. Case studies, motivational real life stories, interacting with the audience in terms of large audience also. Today you can use a tweet poll to get the audience idea. You can ask people to raise their hands. You can ask people to smile, laugh, clap, depending upon the kind of questions you have, audience you have. You can decide that. It is actually a must for us to improve in these aspects because technology gives not only technology is technology, it doesn't give you anything. It is the way you use it, it makes it everything. So, how to get there, you can decide. What to do, you can decide. You should be really doing a personal audit on yourself. Audit helps. It helps us to be a better person. Doesn't matter what kind of path that you are or you think you are, we should be very clear of these aspects of your life because whatever you are in your life, you should be at least one person or at least in one aspect better than yesterday. That is what makes us a better person. Right. Let's keep that up.